Tucked away in the valley of Los Angeles, 42 miles northwest of Disneyland, sits a tiki bar with a 78-drink challenge called the Grog Log. Drink all 78 drinks within 1 year, and you get a plaque with your name on the wall. Let's join two thirsty friends for a little Mai time as they embark on a drunken journey through the log and talk about dumb shit like theme parks, drinking, and drinking at theme parks.
Welcome to Mai Grime, a podcast where the two adult hosts, Gory and Grave, took 2 full weeks off and away from their family to go to haunted houses.
Voices were lost. Voices are still not back.
And they spent time, focusing on themselves and going and doing scary things that they'll tell you about.
Oh,
Now,
cue the blender.
yes, now they're back. They're back from the dead.
Thank you.
And they're about to keep working on this. Okay, welcome to my
We're
time.
back.
We're back.
We're back at Tonga Hut.
Yeah, we're back at Tonga Hut. We're a little rusty.
Yeah, we are both out of it.
Yeah, we're still hungover, like vacation hungover.
I literally just started feeling better 2 days ago. I texted you, I'm finally feeling better. And we've been back for a week.
I know. Okay, that's my partner in Grog, Corey.
And that's Dave.
And I'm Dave. We're back at the Tonga Hut where we need to start chipping away at the Grog Log again.
Dave's very nervous.
I'm very nervous.
I'm confident we got this.
We basically have to drink 2 drinks a week until our due date in January.
It's like we're having a child together.
Yeah.
We're having a bastard child together.
Yes.
Sorry.
Our bastard Grog baby. So we're back. It feels good to be back.
It felt good coming in
I
here
think
today.
Yeah, it does. Okay, we're going to get straight to the drinking. No.
But first.
Okay, first, Corey has a special announcement.
I texted Dave's wife, Rebecca, earlier today.
Yes.
And I said, is Dave busy this Sunday or next Sunday?
Yes.
And she was like, next Sunday's not great because it's your daughter's birthday.
It's my daughter's 10th birthday, and basically, she let me go to Florida for a week.
I know. That's why I even felt bad asking her.
And not parent.
Yes.
So, and has looked the other way when I'm like, hey, I need to go see scary houses.
Gotta go. Sorry. So sorry.
She's like, okay.
Okay. So then she said, this Sunday's fine.
Good. Yes.
She did give me a caveat. She said, as long as he's not out too late / too hungover, I need him to take me to my doctor and drop the kids off in the morning the next day.
Yeah,
so
I'll be
you
fine.
need to be functioning the next morning.
Well, here's the thing. No matter how drunk or hungover I am, I do that thing.
Power through.
Yeah, I know. But as a parent who sometimes sneaks away to do dumb, stupid shit.
Yeah. We always show up for our parenting duties.
I overcompensate
Same.
on the parenting. Like a drunk high school kid coming back home like, oh, I'm not drunk. I'm totally fine. I can do that.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I parent.
That's how we both operate. Yeah.
She's like, oh, it's early. And I'm like, yeah, and I unloaded the dishwasher. I did
all
the
clothes are clean and folded.
Yeah.
Everything's back in the drawers.
She's like, cool, you didn't have to.
I mopped everything.
Right.
The house is literally glistening.
Yeah.
All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm showing Dave.
Oh my God, not Scary Farm. Whoa, up top.
We're going to Knott's on Sunday.
Holy shit.
And I got the Fright Lane so we don't have to wait in lines.
Yes.
And there was like a nice deal where it's like all inclusive. You get the Fright Lane, the pass.
Oh, I'm
you
nervous.
Get a free meal.
Wow, that's awesome.
I'm
scared. I'm also scared. You did say bring a diaper. And now I get it.
Yeah. I did text you. You're coming with me on Sunday to do something. Bring a diaper.
Yikes.
I will flat out blame Ordinary Adventures for this because I started watching their recap today.
That's so funny.
Kitra and Peter also said they thought that Knott's this year was far superior to Horror Nights.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, okay, let's do it.
God, what if this just unravels everything, though?
But it's fun. Like, we were going to do a master list of our rankings for both Horror Nights Coast. Maybe we add Knott's into this.
Holy crap. I'm not prepared about Knott's. Do they? It's no IP. It's all original.
It's all
original houses.
And they do a different thing there. Well, they'll have the same houses for like 3 to 5 years.
Okay.
And they like rotate them out.
Oh,
So
I'm
there's like a
scared.
couple new ones. Most of the ones this year, I've seen a couple of them in 2019. And I will remind the listeners, I went in 2019, the only time I've ever been to Not Scary Farm. And I was stone cold sober because we were with people that didn't drink. Nothing against that. It was perfectly
Right.
lovely. But I literally hit the deck in a house and crawled out of it.
Oh, no.
So just
Wow.
put that into your mind.
Holy smokes. Wow. All right.
We're going,
We're
buddy.
going.
You can't
All
back
right.
out
Well,
now.
I genuinely had no idea. Some people think that, oh, this is like a publicity stunt. They knew what they're doing.
No, I literally didn't tell him.
I had no idea.
It was an impulse
Oh
purchase
my
about 3
God.
hours ago.
Incredible. The best types of impulses.
Yep.
Wow. Hell yeah. I'm
I
excited.
as soon as I bought them, I started getting goosebumps because I was like, what did I just
Yeah,
do?
my phone started like exploding when I was at the library with my son.
I tried
And just,
calling you too because I was like,
I can't. I'm at a library.
you were I could hear the whisper via your text.
The Lori Beth Denberg, all that.
Yeah.
This is a library.
Yep,
Awesome.
so that's what we're doing on a Sunday.
Awesome. Okay. I want to get into drinking. We got a cute grog log, and then we're going to tell you
Our
about.
recent experiences. A haunt catch up.
So, what do we got today? We got an Oceanic punch.
Yep.
It looks like a tall
Nothing.
boy glass of
Lemonade?
nothing. Maybe
Kinda lemonade?
I really can't even tell you what color it is.
It's like
It's a tall
it's like
glass.
a watered down pineapple juice. Like there's not a lot of color to it.
It's got a maraschino cherry. It's got regular ice, and we're gonna drink it.
Wait, I have a cheers. Excuse me if I say it wrong. Are you ready?
Okay.
Shana Tova.
Oh, thank you. Happy New Year, Lashana Tova. Oh,
I love it. You hate it.
no.
It tastes like really sour lemonade.
It's just lemon and bitters.
Yeah.
Lemon juice and bitters, I think. I don't hate it. I just wasn't ready for it.
This is like a 4 to me off the bat with
Really?
one sip. Yeah.
Wow.
I love it.
That's wild. I'm gonna take another sip. It is acidic. I'm gonna try to get better. This is my goal.
We're going to do better.
I want to do a little bit better at explaining things. It's lemony, it's acidic, it's very sour, and it's bitter.
I freaking love it. It's everything I love. It might be higher than a 4
I can't
after
even
my
really.
2 sip.
Do you taste booze in it? I don't even really
No.
taste too much booze.
No.
Maybe a light rum.
What's
All
in
right,
it?
I'll read what's in it. Oceanic punch. We got lime juice, orange juice, grapefruit juice, sweet and sour, sugar
Oh,
syrup,
it's the sweet and
and
sour I'm tasting a lot
light
of.
Puerto Rican rum.
Oh, you were right.
Yeah, it tasted like a clear.
Yeah. And what's Jude's face look like?
Dude's face is happy. He's
Happy.
good. This is by Dean Short of the Ports of Call restaurant in Tucson, Arizona. We're back in Tucson,
There we go.
in the Oceanic Tucson, Arizona. I don't hate it. I didn't really taste all those different juices in it.
No, I taste the sour mix for sure.
Yeah, I taste the sweet and sour mix.
Yeah.
What are you going on this?
4.
4.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd do 3 1/4. It's 3.5,
Yeah.
maybe. It's fine. I can get through it. I'm fine with it.
It doesn't necessarily scream tiki to me though.
No, it doesn't. Well, I mean, in
Yeah.
Tucson, I guess not. While we're still in the drink zone, in addition to the cheers, I wanted just to cheers all of the friends that
Oh,
I got to meet of yours.
yeah.
And
Well,
now,
they all love you, so they're
Yeah,
your friends.
and now call them my friends.
my friend.
No. And not like a bitch, I'm taking your friends.
No,
type of
everyone,
way. And just
like,
a
yeah.
oh, they weren't my friends before, but I mean they were I knew of them, but now they're
They're
friends.
legit your friends.
So I just
yeah.
want to and they legitimately support the show, which was really
They
nice.
love, yeah,
Like-
it's so nice, so kind.
The Thackers,
Thacker's amazing.
Dave and Jennifer Thacker.
Yep.
And Trish and
Jason.
and big shout out to Zach.
Zach hooked us
who hooked us
up.
up with some Express
passes at Universal, yeah.
which was super nice and
Also
got
a
to meet-
monorail pilot, just like my
Oh,
brother was, which is pretty cool.
it was awesome. And I got to meet Tim and got to meet Gary.
Yeah,
and,
Becca,
and
Gary's
Becca
wife.
and Jen, of course, the
Yeah.
other Jen, and It was just so great. So I just wanted to give a shout out to them. But then,
Ash.
oh yeah,
From RIP, and then who else did you meet?
Brady.
Brady, Tim's son. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just a fun group. We were rolling deep, and it was wonderful.
And then while we're on like the sappy, like, thanks for being our, like, thank you for being our friend tour, and cheersing people. I just do want to also throw out a shout out to a guy on Instagram who follows us on Instagram, a guy named Brian. You can follow him at Through a Wine Glass.
Yeah.
Just a super nice dude who is super supportive and sends like nice, appreciative
nicest compliments.
Nice compliments that we read
Means
and
a lot
like
to us. Yeah.
really does mean a lot to us. So I just wanted to give him a shout out.
Oh, another person that has been saying really nice things about us,
Yeah.
always very complimentary,
Right.
is one of my friends from Derby.
Uh-huh.
Her name in Derby was Amelia Big Dealia.
Oh, right. Yeah, I've seen her on Instagram.
Amelia,
Big
you're the
Dealia.
best.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Love you. Love you.
She's
mean it.
afraid to go to horror nights, but like I feel like we might be encouraging her.
Oh, yeah, you could come.
She can come. She can make it.
I mean, honestly, it's right on the cusp of being like okay for
Especially this year in Hollywood, I feel like of all the years I've been is more mild.
Yeah. Less scare actors, I think, also helps.
Less budget.
Less budget, less scare actors,
Yeah.
less scares, less spooks, less haunts.
Less spooks, less creeps.
And like that's what happens if you
Comment.
and you're
Or
nice
you
to
email
us.
us, or you leave us a voicemail. Like, we'll talk about you.
We'll talk about
and
you.
that's fun.
And hopefully cross paths with these people.
Yeah, at some point.
At Tonga again. But now, what the hell have we been doing for 2 weeks? We have been coast to coast.
We've been coast to coast. We did release the episode about some of our Hollywood stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So we've done everything at HHN Hollywood.
Just one night we did.
One
there.
night.
Yeah.
Then we did a quick
Lights on
AP
walkthrough.
Lights on AP walkthrough of A Quiet Place.
Yep.
And then we went to Florida. We spent
went
like
to
5
Florida.
days in Florida. We got that special Delta Sky Lounge.
Oh my God. Where do we even start with that?
5 out of 5 old fashioned.
So
free, which
free.
Immediately starts
Just
you
tip
out.
your bartender.
Yeah, immediately starts you out at baseline 3.
Yeah. I obviously remember flying out there, but like as soon as we sat in those seats, I was out, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
On the plane, I was out.
And then we did 3 nights of horror nights in Florida. And then we also went to the parks during the day.
Yep.
We did Epcot.
Yep.
A Unmasking the Horror tour, which is their 6-house
lights on tour
of all the haunted houses.
And you have a guide that
6 houses, 6-hour tour.
yes, like you spend 20 minutes in each house, and they give you an hour for lunch.
Crazy.
And our shout out to Michael, our tour guide. He was lovely.
Great.
Yeah.
And now we're back.
Now we're back.
Now we're back.
So what I was thinking
Yeah.
for today, we can talk about our experiences in Florida, your overall thoughts of horror nights there versus here.
Sure.
But I'm not ready to do the overall rank list of both coasts of
Sure.
horror nights because we've seen Orlando 3 nights.
Right.
We've only seen Hollywood 1 night.
All right. So, yeah, I'll just tell you my overall thoughts on Orlando versus Hollywood.
Yeah, let's start there. Yeah.
Let's start there. Okay. You know me. I am typically a California dude who likes smaller Disneyland to bigger Walt Disney World.
Sure.
I'm not typically a more is more type of person.
More is better, necessarily.
More is better type of person. That's not what
Horror
Orlando
Nights is.
versus Hollywood Horror Nights is. Orlando versus Hollywood Horror Nights is, in my opinion, not really much of a match.
No.
The Orlando is vastly superior.
That's like what I was trying to say to you. It's almost like 2 different events. Like you can't even compare them in that sense.
Yeah.
I think we were about 20 minutes into Orlando night 1. We did like 1 house and you looked at me and you were like, Hollywood fucking sucks
Yeah.
compared to this. But like it doesn't suck. It's just very different.
No, but I was playing with like the thought in my head. Did cross my mind. If I only had budget to do one of these, and I'm like,
It's Florida.
I would maybe splurge a little bit, use airline miles to get me to Florida, pay for the Florida tickets,
Yeah.
whatever. I think it's just better. The houses are just better theming. look, I saw somebody tweet that works at Universal Orlando
Yeah.
and works at Horror Nights and said, I'm going to save you all time. You don't have to ask why things are the way they are.
Hmm.
The answer is either budget, safety, or legal.
Yeah.
Like, stop asking why isn't something like this.
Yeah.
So
The
when
budget is so different in
right.
Hollywood.
So when I
compared.
ask, like, why is it Hollywood the same as it is in Florida? I assume it's budget. Less people are going to this park.
Yeah, because Hollywood is definitely more locals, where Orlando definitely has locals, but is more of a destination. I feel like Hollywood's budget for Horror Nights is probably, what do you think, a fifth of what
I don't know.
Orlando's is? But
we
it's
can
also
talk
just ironic because ours is on like a literal working, very busy sound stage.
It's very funny because you go into Eternal Bloodlines, one of the houses that we have at Horror Nights,
on both coasts.
and it's really cool because the actual maze is on the soundstage.
Soundstage 13, I think it is.
Yes, where they filmed the original Frankenstein.
Yeah.
It's
And like parts of Bride of Frankenstein and parts of.
it's so cool. We're
Yeah.
in that stage, but then you like see like the house, and it is so tiny
compared to this area.
and you feel how small it is.
Yeah.
That said, in Orlando, they also have mazes that run through sound stages that are very
Same size. Yeah.
as the backlot stages, and you never feel how small they are. You never see
It's
how
like they
small
use every inch of space there.
and not only that, but like they do a better job at like creating the illusion that like the
Yes.
whole space is being used,
Yeah.
even though a fraction of the space is being used.
Yeah.
It's very weird. Like,
Simply put, it's so much more immersive, and the attention to detail in Orlando is so much better than Hollywood.
it really is. That said, I would say the scare actors that we have in Hollywood are really
Maybe
great.
superior, but yeah.
I would say that gap is probably, I don't know. I didn't see it in past, but I've just,
Yeah.
from what I've read, the only place that I really felt that was the scare zones. I think our scare zone actors are a cut above.
Yeah.
All of their houses were like themed,
Top to bottom.
top to bottom.
Literally.
The tents were better.
They had air conditioning.
Yeah. That said, R.I.P. my feet.
RIP tour, RIP
R-
Dave's feet.
R.I.P. my feet and ankles. Holy fuck. There is so much
Poor
more walking.
Dave.
Like my feet gave out in a way that they never have before.
No, I felt bad. I still feel bad about it.
I honestly, it was like, I can't even tell you how much pain I was in my feet.
Tell the story about when you left early on Sunday to
Oh,
go back.
oh
and
my
like
God.
you couldn't
I-
even make it.
I was like crawling back to our hotel. I got to like where the boat picks you up to
Yeah.
take you back to the hotel, and I just sat down. I was like,
He
nope,
couldn't. He couldn't make it.
no more standing. Never happened before. I'm 2 years removed of doing every single ride at Disneyland. The day that I did every single ride, where I was there from rope drop till like 11 p.m. at night, running around, carrying my kids,
But
everything.
there's a few key differences. One, you didn't fly when you did that. I
Right,
do
I
think
did-
you may
like-
have gotten like a little sensitive to flying and like
Right. My ankles were swollen from flying, a
Yeah.
red eye.
we were not sleeping properly.
We weren't sleeping.
It's also humid as heck there that we're not used to.
I was drinking 2-to-1 alcohol to water, I think, also.
Maybe that Guinness saved you though. Like it gave you some
The
iron.
Guinness
for your
might have
bones.
saved me. Like, the only food I was consuming was maybe chicken wings.
There,
for-
it was 3 days before we had a vegetable.
I know. I told Corey, I was like, I think I need a vegetable.
Yeah. Like when I got home and started eating vegetables, I was like, I feel so good.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. So anyway, there is a tremendous amount of walking.
Yes.
Uh,
And like I told you, it's better this year because you used to have to walk all the way back to these like parade buildings in Orlando.
right.
And they wouldn't let you then like double back and go to them again. You had to
Yeah.
walk all the way back out and then all the way back in, which they fixed this year with the tents for goblins and Monsters Eternal Bloodlines.
Right. A lot of people have like talked about the flow of things has been so different.
Yeah.
Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate. People are always gonna find something to complain about. That said, look, I know I'm not taking any bias into this at all. I would say I thought all the houses were really fun
Yeah.
and enjoyable. I thought the scare zones, coast to coast, Hollywood and Florida, I think scare zones kind of sucked this year
Yeah.
compared to last year.
I had some highlights, but I think I liked a few of them better than you did, for sure.
I just thought scare zones were lackluster. Scare zones to me in Hollywood are better than
The
Florida.
actors go for it a bit more.
Yeah, I mean it's just more fun. Like you fell on your ass one night because of
Sure did.
of
I
scare zone.
coffined.
Yeah. The luchadors.
The creature luchador guy got me.
Swamp creature and luchador.
He felt so bad, or they felt so bad.
Yeah. Oh
they
my
tried
God.
to grab me as I was going down, and I just could not stop thinking, "Don't touch them! Don't touch them!"
He
Don't
goes,
touch them.
"Oh no!"
Yeah, it was slow motion.
Yeah.
Also, don't film in a scare zone and start walking backwards because that's a recipe for disaster.
Sure.
And you're setting yourself up to get scared.
For sure. And I'm not gonna tip my hat to the overall rankings. I know we're gonna do all this again, but like 1-to-1, like Ghostbusters here versus Ghostbusters there is
It's
like
not even comparable, honestly.
Comparable. That said, there were some like
Monstrous.
Well, Monstrous is a different house.
Last year versus
Monstrous house last year versus their
This
house
year.
this year.
Yeah.
I liked Hollywood.
Way better. Yeah.
Quiet Place, we liked Hollywood. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll talk about that later. But I would say if you're somebody who like loves Horror Nights in Hollywood, I would really say, look, I know not everybody can do that amazing trip that we just did, but if you have the ability to
get out there,
get out of town and
try it once. Yeah.
You should go. Don't go on a Saturday. That's what we learned.
That's what we learned. All of our friends for years have told me, don't go on Saturdays. It's a disaster.
It was mayhem.
It was mayhem. Post 9 p.m., it was no other word other than clusterfuck.
Yeah, everything had like over an hour wait.
Yeah, and like even with Express, like 45 minutes, 30 minutes. And like we did 7 houses that night, and we doubled up on suites, so we did 8 run-throughs technically.
Yeah,
but we were back at our hotel by what?
After 11 every night.
Yeah,
but
because we just were like, this is too insane. Yeah,
it was too much. Oh, and alcohol galore there. Like more alcohol.
Wild there.
More alcohol there than here. They have also open bars. Not open bars, but bars that are open that you can hang out in.
Yes. Which is different than Hollywood.
Yeah.
Also, I will say this is the first year in the last few years that I've gone to Orlando where the bars far surpass the food booths there.
Yeah.
Like, I bet you there was half of the food booths there were last year.
Right.
Which you definitely felt that during the night. Like, if you wanted something to eat, the lines were like crazy in Orlando.
I know, they were really long.
Which unfortunately affected us trying a lot of things, but like...
Right. This is a little promo for us. We tried all the HHN drinks, all the HHN exclusive drinks.
Yeah, the mixed drinks there.
And that's the one thing that we recorded. We'll post that.
We'll
post that maybe on our Patreon.
Yeah, we're going to publish that soon.
Yeah,
For reals this time.
We promise it's going to come out.
Because we have a bunch of other stuff we
have
can
a lot
post
of fun
on
other
there,
stuff.
Yeah.
But and then also I want to say this. Everybody loved us walking through the house.
God.
The audio.
Everybody loved that.
So what I'm going to say is I think a good place to put this, if you like that and you want to hear us walk through the house, stick around after the show is over. I'll post that audio and you can listen to it afterwards.
Because we did Insidious there with the mics on.
Okay. That's a good spot to, because my drink's basically empty. So we're gonna get another drink. But when we come back, we'll talk about specific houses.
Yeah.
What we liked, what we didn't like.
What things to say.
Yeah. What we liked, what we didn't like. What our favorites, biggest surprises. How it matched up to our hype list.
I think this is maybe the most different my hype list has been to reality since I've started going.
Wow.
Or making a hype list.
I looked at mine and I was laughing.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. We're going to go get drinks and we'll be right back.
Bye.
All right. We're back.
All right.
Oh, little McConaughey.
Thank you.
Am I sitting? I can't. It's dark in here. Am I sitting across the booth from Matthew McConaughey?
Could you not tell by my jawline?
It's a little. Oh my God. She's driving a Lincoln. She's driving a Lincoln.
Navigator.
Lincoln Navigator. All right. McConaughey. We love that guy.
Love that guy.
Do we
Come on the
yeah,
pod, buddy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
McConaughey, friend of the podcast, Matthew McConaughey. Okay, so we're back. We got another drink. We're gonna drink it. We're gonna tell you what we think about it. What is it? It's called Gone, the Beachcomber. Not Dawn. Gone, like ghost.
Gone.
Gone. What do we got? We got a little coupe.
We got
It's
a
little
coupe.
coupe.
Emily said that we'll love this one. It's very good.
Oh, nice. I'm afraid that we're not getting any bad ones.
Well, I just said that to her, and she goes, "Don't worry, I'll make you a bad one next." And I was like, "Great."
Oh no, she sees
us.
She sees the Beachcomber's gold,
Yep.
probably. Worrisome. Anyway, we got like a little coupe. What color is it?
It's a light
little,
tiki crayon color.
Yeah, exactly. We got a Luxardo cherry.
As soon as she pulled that little special dish out, I
Yeah.
said, "Dave's gonna be happy."
Yeah, Corey came like tiptoeing back to the table.
Tiptoed through the tulips back over here.
Little prance over here, and she said, "You're gonna be happy." And I looked down, and it was yeah. All right, so let's
taste it.
Let's taste this. The drink's awake, so I'm awake. I'm gonna yikes! Cheers.
You're so full.
Whoa.
Whoa. It wasn't what I was expecting.
No. Ooh.
Oh, it's layered.
Ooh.
I'm actually really interested to see what's in this because I told you I saw her pour like a little
Yeah.
floater on top, but I wasn't sure
Okay.
what it was.
It's citrusy. It's passion fruity.
Passion fruit, yes.
It's boozy.
It's booze heavy.
I'm gonna take another sip before I look.
Tiki sip.
Tiki sip. Oh.
It's really boozy.
There is booze in this one. I do like this one. It's more like tiki.
Yeah, this
than-
is like a strong.
This is a strong tiki drink. This one's gonna go straight to my
It's a
head.
tiki drink. It's a whiskey drink.
Yeah.
If you're
okay.
keeping track of how
Oh,
many
we
times
got-
we say that joke, drink again.
We got lovers.
Oh, we got
We
lovers. We got lovers
nuzzling
in the
over
corner.
Nuzzling. You don't call that. What do you call that? They're rubbing
Butterfly
noses.
kisses.
Oh,
that's your eyelashes.
Yeah, you're too afraid of butterflies. I don't want
Fucking
to.
hate butterflies.
I don't want to get you scared about butterflies. Okay.
If there was a butterfly Horror Nights house, I would literally die of a heart attack.
And you go through a revolving door. You're like, no.
Literally
would never go in.
My disaster.
Okay.
My disaster. A revolving door butterfly haunted house. I'm done. I couldn't even go in.
All right, Gone the Beachcomber. What do we have in it? First of all, the guy's
He's fucked up.
He's fucked up. It is very boozy. Here's what we got in it: lime juice, lemon juice, passion fruit syrup, maraschino liqueur.
That's what she poured on top.
Sugar syrup, Demerara rum, and 151 Demerara rum. I would think that she would.
Maybe it was the 151
float-
on top.
Yeah, because it says shake everything except for the 151 rum.
Yep, that's what she poured on top then.
You float in the 151.
Okay.
This is our version of a Demerara dry float. Demerara dry float.
I used to know her.
Yeah, that's what we call it. Like, there was one night I was hooking up with Demerara, and I was like, "Hey, you want to like get into it?" And she's like, "Nah,
I'm not really.
I'm not into it." And I was like, "Oh, that's a dry float."
There you go.
Yeah. Demerara dry float and Smuggler's Cove recipe book is one of my favorite drinks all time. Maybe I don't know that I would have thought that this was the same thing, but I do like it.
I like this a lot. Yeah, this was of recent memories of things we've gotten here. This is one of my favorites. I think
This is a 4.25 for me.
Especially
I really do
of
like this.
daiquiri drinks.
Yeah,
From here, this is one of my favorites.
I like this a lot. The Demerara dry float I do also has ice, which cuts into how boozy it is.
Yeah.
I could use a little ice in this.
Yeah. Totally.
This is hitting me. Speaking of lovers and people hooking up.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. One of my favorite things that happened at Horror Nights.
I'll remember this for the rest of my life.
We were at Finnegan's, which is
Staple of Trish's.
Yeah, it's a bar. It's an Irish bar / restaurant.
Restaurant. Like during the day, it's like a full-fledged restaurant. During the night at Horror Nights, they like close off part of it, and it's like a walk-up bar.
Yeah, we were killing some time before Horror Nights started.
We were staying screaming.
Yeah, which means that if you're in the park, you get to like camp out and wait and be the first into like lines.
At least like 4 houses,
yeah, 4
essentially.
houses.
Yeah.
So as we were like just eating an appetizer and hanging out, there was like a dude basically sitting on my shoulder Like
Well, there were two like 20-something girls sitting behind us in a
Right.
in a weird booth seat that like there was only a seat on one side.
that was really
It was
that
such
was
a strange seat.
very weird.
But anyway,
So this guy was like standing up, but
literally
like
sitting
kneeling
on
my
Dave's shoulder like a parrot.
talking to
Yeah.
the women and hitting on them. And I have very bad ADD, so I was eavesdropping the whole time.
We both were.
Yeah, they were like, "Hey, we got to meet up. You got to do like."
They were trying to
you
convince them to like upgrade their passes to Express.
The con was that these guys said, "You take your ticket, upgrade to Express, and then we'll pay you to upgrade to Unlimited Express."
Which
so
means you
could
can
go,
do the houses as many times as you want.
Yeah, we'll go.
Which
through,
is the first time they've ever had that in Orlando
that's
was this
cool.
year. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll hang out. It's a very big price jump from the regular ticket to Express Pass.
Minimum, it was a Saturday too.
Right.
So I bet you it was minimum probably close to $150.
Right. And then
to add the Express.
And then the jump from limited to unlimited is probably $30.
40, 50, yeah, minimum. Yeah, like it wasn't that much.
$30.
Yeah. And it's just back and forth. This
Back
guy's
and
literally
forth.
sitting on Dave's shoulder.
And the girl,
They were short kings, I feel like we need to add.
Yeah. They leave. And then the girls are like, "Oh my God, I feel like that's a great deal. We should do it. Like, we should hang out with these guys. We should do this. We should do this." The server comes up to them, and the lovely ladies tell the server what has gone down, what has transpired. And the server, good looking out, whoever you are.
So much
Finnegan's server,
information from
goes,
this lady.
Tells the lovely ladies, "Hold out. Those guys were here last night and ran up a $500 bar tab at the bar
Which,
last
mind you,
night."
we did the math as we were hearing this. The most expensive drink at Finnegan's is $12.
Yeah.
Okay? So that means they bought 43 drinks.
They ran up a $500 bar tab
43 drinks.
and tipped us out very well. And then today, just today alone, have a $400 bar tab.
And this was 5 p.m.
They can afford to buy your tickets.
They don't buy the Express. They'll buy it for you.
Yeah.
Is basically what
So
she was saying.
We got up after hearing that, and we're like, "We are so invested in this. What are you gonna do? What we have to know. We have to know." They were very lovely, and we're laughing that we were.
They were laughing
eavesdropping.
that we were.
We were
carrying
giving
on.
them cautionary tales.
But we were also like, "Be careful, ladies."
Yeah,
This seems
watch your
weird.
drinks.
Yeah.
Watch your drinks.
Cover your drink. Don't let them get
please
your
don't-
drinks. Yeah.
like ditch them. Like go into the foggiest area. Go into the swamp and lose them.
Yeah.
These guys
let them pay for it and then ditch them. Was
Yes,
basically our
please.
advice. Yeah.
Like, and so basically, ladies, if you're out there or if you know of these women,
we hope you're okay. First and
A,
foremost,
we hope you're okay. But B, DM us or
we
call
want
us
to
at.
know what happened.
Yeah, we have to know what happened.
We really want to know what happened.
559 we drunk. If that's you,
And leave us a Cliff Notes version of what happened, please.
we have to know what happened. Okay, so let's get into it.
Okay.
I want to know, first of all, right off the bat, I just have to know, what was your favorite house in Orlando?
Dave, this was like really hard for me to like make my list.
Yeah.
Because I will say this. My like top and bottom were very clear to me. The middle was very hard.
Okay.
Because honestly, other than one, which wasn't even a bad house, it was my clear least favorite.
Right.
But there wasn't anything that was bad. Okay? Can you guess my number one?
Your number one, Major Suites.
Yeah, of course it was.
My number one was also Major Suites.
Okay, I have so much to say about Major Suites.
Major Suites rocked, everybody. It was so cute. It was so, like,
But the first night we went through it, it really scared me.
it was very, very scary.
Yeah, it was loud in there. Like the effects were really cool. The first night we went in, I expected it to just be funny.
Yeah.
And it was more intense than I anticipated.
Okay, first of all, not everybody's going to like the same houses. What we found out is that there's houses that trend more scary.
Yeah.
There's houses that trend more campy.
Yeah.
There's houses that are true to the IP that are like, so
It's a wide varying degree of what you like, what you don't like, essentially.
Yeah.
But I stand firm on there was no bad house this year.
right. Yeah.
just what you
there's-
like.
There's no bad house. So I think what I found that I like is something that I do think is scary, and I think that makes me smile
Yeah.
a little bit. Like I tend to like that
Like the campy horror side of things.
Yeah, the campy horror side, but also something that provides the scares. And I think that Major Sweets was definitely that. I mean, there was so much kinetic energy also in that house.
The cast was popping in that.
There's things that are moving back and forth,
Yep.
just like no dark hallways.
No, every square inch of that house was themed.
Look, I'm a newbie to all of this. In my backpack of ways I've been scared, I haven't been scared in ways that this house scared me. Like things like the floor
rumbling.
The floor rumbled. They had window drops.
The window drops. Yeah, they had a lot of different type of scares in that house.
Which was
in
really
the best
cool.
way. But also, like, it was fun. It was just fun. I also loved how it correlated to the scare zone from 30. It was like a prequel to that happening, which our RIP Unmasking Tour Guide like really explained to us. But like, I mean, I told you when we were going through it, like, oh, this was the truck. Mysteries had this in the scare zone, or like whatever. Like, it was just the way they connected them was really cool.
Yeah.
And our guide also told us, without telling us, that essentially this house was planned when they did the scare zone 2 years ago.
Yeah, that they were like 18 months out or something
So
like that.
they already had anticipation of making it a house because they thought it was going to be really well received, and then it was. And then they turned it into a house.
It had also like interactive triggers
The
that
gax,
it's like
yeah. It had 3 of them, which was the only house this year that had gax. And I believe this is the first time they've had them since COVID.
GAC is guest activated
trigger.
Sure, GATS, GAT. So it was cool. Like you pressed a button and it would shoot like a little puff of air or a little like liquid at somebody.
It would either hit you or some of the triggers would hit the people in front and behind you. Yeah,
it was great. Like there was a little candy dish that said "Take one." That if you like went and grabbed it, like a puff of air blew at you. It was really cool, and that's coming from somebody who had no affection for previous
Major
years
Sweets in general.
Major Sweets. Where did Major Sweets rank on your hype list?
It was
originally?
like number 7 on my hype list. So it was quite lower.
Yeah, Major Sweets was 8 for me,
Big jump
and then
for
it
me.
was number 1.
I loved Miss Treats before in the scare zone, but they featured her a lot more in the house.
Yeah.
Even more than Major Sweets, honestly.
You really like, let's be honest,
Miss
you really
Treats
like Miss Treats.
Is maybe my new favorite thing about Horror Nights in general. And I also loved the triggers of the scare actors and like the little sayings they say being as good as Major Sweets.
Yeah, it was super cute.
It was so good. Now that's a sugar rush. Like, and then what did Miss Treats say? She's like, if the candy won't kill you, the trash compactor will.
Yeah.
Like, they just had great little triggers.
Yeah, the whole thing was just like done really well. Like,
it was flawless.
I was very surprised
Me too.
at how much I liked it and how much I wanted to do repeats of that house.
I mean, on that Saturday when we went back, you were the first person to say, like, let's go there first so we can do it twice.
Yeah, it was really great.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it's getting as much love.
It's divisive. I think half of the fandom, like, is number 1 with that. Like, they think it's great, and they think it's, like, a very good throwback to, like, old school, like, Horror Nights lore. Like, it's one of the ones that's going to go down in history as one of the favorite originals.
Yeah.
And the other half of people are like, it sucks, which I don't understand.
I don't understand. I think that falls into people are just going to complain.
Yeah.
But like
the same group of people that are saying this year is a miss, which I don't agree with.
I really don't agree with it. Let's go on the other side of the spectrum now on terms of things being a miss. I think we probably both had the same number 10 house.
Yeah.
My number 10 was Museum Deadly Unrest.
Yeah. Because I don't care about spoilers. I had seen some things about it before we went, and I had heard people being a little disappointed with it and it not being what people expected. It just didn't hit for me. It seemed generic. There were some cool scares and some cool effects. Like that one hallway where like the masks kind of like came out at you. That was kind of cool, but like for the most part, it seemed like recycled material.
It was the only house in Orlando that I thought felt cheap.
Yep. It just didn't hit for me. Like, so much so that we didn't walk back to it.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. What on my last night when I was like, okay, we've got 4 more houses left and we'll do them all on our last night. I was like, I'm not going to walk all the way over there. I can't.
And it was a shorter walk than some of the other ones we chose to go to.
Corey, that was my number 1 that I was excited for.
It was high up for me, too. It was my 3.
Yeah.
And it's my 10 now.
It was 10 easy. I was really excited because I thought it sounded cool. Like, I thought it sounded like, oh, this could be like a haunted museum come to life, and that sounds fun.
It's not bad.
Well, we'll see where it ranks on like the overall Hollywood, but
that's true. When you compare it against Hollywood, I'm not sure where I would put it yet. But
yeah.
All right. What about like your number 2 as far as your favorite?
Look, easy for me. I had the top 3.
Okay.
The top 3 that I
think
had,
we have all the same thing.
Yeah,
probably.
Easily, and on any given night, any given run through, they could swap spots.
Yeah.
So for my 1, 2, and 3, 1 always was Major Suites, but 2 and 3, I had Goblins and Insidious.
Same.
And
it's hard to say where they fall, but they were all fantastic.
Yeah, like that first run through of Insidious, where there's the scariest and most uneasy that I felt in a house.
I don't think I've ever put my hands on both sides of my face and just like ducked and covered.
Yeah.
The way I did in that house.
We will have the audio of us going through that house at the end of the.
I simply could not at a moment.
Yeah, it was so scary, and they played with a couple of like really cool things that like made you feel uneasy.
Yeah,
and
it was unsettling.
Yeah, like I was like, oh, where are they gonna scare us in here? And that to me was scarier than somebody jumping at me.
Yep, the anticipation of where was it coming from was.
So that was the scariest house by far.
In all my years of going to horror nights, and I'm working on a decade at Hollywood.
Yeah,
that's the scariest house I've
ever been to. It was great. It was like kind of bare bones, like
when you saw it with the lights on. Yeah,
kind of compared to other
the
houses.
The actors are what's doing it in there.
Yeah, the actors and the types of scares and like the combination of scares and like all that kind of stuff. Like really was like
we learned in like the unmasking that a lot of the boo holes have one actor in them, but they have like 4 points they can scare in them.
Yeah, and several different triggers.
Yeah,
and
so that was, I think that's part of why it's so relentless is if they target you, you're done.
He called it like marking the week.
And then he like looked at me and was like, great. Yeah.
That first run, they clearly marked Corey as the week.
I got annihilated in that house the first time.
It was so
like I can barely
scary.
remember it because I'm like, I was blacked out scared.
Yeah. So that was great house. And the Goblins.
I love Goblins.
I was not looking forward to at all.
Goblins was 2 on my list.
I had Goblins ranked 9 on my initial hype list, and I have it ranked 2 on my rankings. Goblins was awesome.
The sets were amazing.
The sets were unbelievable.
The whole story. I would say this. If you knew nothing going into Goblins, you could understand it.
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm eating my words. When I initially saw all the plot lines for these houses, I thought Goblins and invite you to a feast and you're what's for dinner.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of lame. That's kind of boring. But I think simpler is better.
Simpler is better, which we will get to in a second.
And I really also do love original idea houses instead of these IPs that they're throwing down.
It's just more creative.
It's more creative.
Like you get enveloped in the story a little more. Like,
and it's just so easy. Like we go in, we think we're going to a feast,
a pub,
like a Goblins, like a
good
hovel,
Goblins Day to you.
Yeah, good Goblins Day, and then you quickly see that like they're serving humans.
Yeah.
Easy.
It was gory, too. It was more gory than I thought it was going to be.
Gory, and it's fun, and there's so many different types of goblins and ogres and trolls.
Every mask in there is different. There's not a similar sculpt to any of the actors.
So cool. And
some of the sets were huge.
Some of the sets were really awesome.
And it's in a tent. Really cool.
So great.
That big hand was working when we got to see it. That was cool.
I loved it. I thought it was awesome. So I think I'm like, look, Major Suites, Goblins, these were my top 2, and it wasn't based on IP.
Yeah.
Insidious, I had 3.
Yeah, same. What
And-
did you feel about Ghostbusters in Orlando versus your initial impression of Hollywood?
Ghostbusters in Orlando is way, way better than Hollywood.
Yeah.
Hollywood is almost embarrassing. There are a couple moments in Hollywood that I liked a little bit better. The librarian, I miss the
Yeah,
librarian. Like I did. That's it. Actually, I just
Just the librarian.
Just the librarian. Everything else in Orlando was way better. The facades, the projection mapping, the fire station
was really
like
cool.
so great. It was, you felt like you're in the movie.
Literally, some of the scenes felt like you were in the movie.
Way better. They had
Also, we need to do a corrections corner.
the character podcast who was in the
It did the same thing in Hollywood, where he comes in and he like tries to strike you.
yes, with a hammer, and I was
Yeah.
like, is that even a thing from a movie? And I guess it is from the movie.
Our unmasking tour guide told us it is a scene in the movie,
where he
and
says,
he told us a very sweet story.
yeah, he said that the smashing gets the views or
Yeah.
something like, which is great. Whatever.
We just didn't hear
They
that trigger.
justified the
Yeah.
hammer, but then they also said that
It was the
presentation-
first Asian American or Asian person represented in a Horror Nights house ever.
Right. I understand it now, and I support it. Like, it's great, but like, I still stand firm that the house doesn't work.
Yeah, it's I still stand by what I said on the episode we recorded in Hollywood. I think the nostalgia factor for me with Ghostbusters ranks it higher
Yeah.
in general because I just love Ghostbusters from being a kid. So like anything Ghostbusters, I'm gonna like.
Right. We talked to many people who were like, "What's your favorite house?" And this year, and they were like, "Ghostbusters."
Yeah,
I
I can't say that.
That baffles me.
I think it's 4 for me where I am right now for Orlando. Yeah,
Yeah.
4 for me in Orlando.
I had it at 5.
Okay, so we're close.
I had it at 5, and that's just because I was impressed with the sets.
Yeah.
They have like a set piece at the end that's very impressive.
Oh yeah, they have like one of the actual Ecto ones that they sawed in half, which is cool.
It was really awesome. I had that initially. I had both Ghostbusters for Hollywood and Florida,
Like
ranked,
at your bottom.
like near the bottom. I
Yeah.
just was not very excited for it, even though I did my rankings before seeing the movie, and I was like, okay, I see how this movie will
Yeah.
translate. I stand firm at Hollywood's house sucks.
Well, it's 90 fucking degrees in there, so
and Florida's house is a mid-level house.
yeah.
All right.
What was your 4 then? Right now in Orlando, if Ghostbusters was your
My
5?
4 is very polarizing, and I'm the only one that thinks this, and everybody else hates it.
Triplets of Terror.
Triplets of Terror was a fun fucking house. Triplets of Terror was gory. Triplets of Terror had rain in the house.
That's the reason you like it. Is because of the facade with the rain.
The facade with
Admit
the rain.
it.
The facade with the rain. The police car was really
Let me
cool.
explain why I don't like it.
Sure.
This is my number 8 in Orlando. They had a lot of opportunity to work with this story. If you walked into this house and you didn't read the little description, what would you think of this house?
I would think that I'm going into a crime scene of a house.
You would think it's a crime scene, really?
Yeah, that the police were investigating.
Okay, there was a police car.
There was a
out front.
police
All right,
car
fine,
out
fine.
front. Then I would go into a house and there's a birthday party and people were getting killed. I go through and they had a woman talking about the triplets on a podcast. And
Halfway through the fucking
no,
house.
that was the second. It was the
No,
it was the second or third
basically
room.
halfway through.
No, it was the second or third room.
Fine.
Maybe the second room. You go through and then you hear the triplets. They like murder people, and that's all I remembered. It's just about 3 fucked up triplets who murder people.
Here's what I wish
It's a
was.
thrasher. What's Texas Chainsaw Massacre about?
I don't
Same
hate
thing.
it. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate it. I
Yeah.
think it's well done, but I wish things about it were different.
Okay.
I love the facade, but I wish you did the podcast room first.
Yeah.
Because the story is supposed to be about this person doing a podcast
A podcast.
a podcast about the Barney triplets and how every 10 years they recreate these murders.
Yeah.
Having it the second or third room in the house doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I see. what
And
you're
also, did you recognize because I did not any of the times we went through this house, that the triplets are different ages as the house goes on,
No, I didn't get that. I mean, like,
but they're supposed to be like young at the beginning and then they like age as the house goes
oh,
on because it's
nah,
every 10 years. So like the
I guess that makes
execution of
sense.
it was not great, is
No,
my point.
I guess I get that. But to me, like,
It was fun.
I don't clock the
It's
story.
gory.
I don't clock the story of like any of these houses.
I think I get too invested in the lore.
Like, we had somebody tell us the Eternal Bloodline story and everything, and
We'll
how
get to
much
that in
like
a
there's
second,
so much
yeah.
into that. But like to me, like I don't. It doesn't. It's all lost on me. It's just like scares and how much fun I'm having.
yeah.
And like
I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong.
I really liked it. I thought it was gory. I thought it was campy. I thought it was funny.
And like they needed a slasher house. They didn't have a
Yeah.
slasher house. Like we have Texas here.
Yeah.
They didn't have a slasher this year. So,
Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
and I did like Bunny or whatever her name is.
Yeah,
like
she's cool, and
Bunny,
I like. Yeah, she's creepy. She was always behind the other
Yeah,
person.
just like
There was a
lurking.
woman with a fucking table saw.
The table saw was
it's
cool,
like
yeah.
gross. Like I
Yeah.
liked it. What was your number 4 then?
My 4 was Ghostbusters.
Oh,
And then
okay.
my 5 is what you're asking, I think. My 5 is Monsters Eternal Bloodlines.
Oh, Bloodlines for me was 9. I didn't really care for it. I don't care for it on either coast. I mean, should we go through all of our? Let's not go through all of our rankings because we'll go through ranking. We'll do rankings.
Well, that's what I was saying before. Like, I'm okay with like ranking Orlando, but they're not
Yeah.
the general rankings of everything.
Right.
Like, I
See,
don't want to compare them to Hollywood right
I'll
now.
just say this about my ranking. It was basically the top 3 I knew. The top 3 were the lock. And then I would say the bottom 3 for me were a lock. And then everything else like swapped back. It was interchangeable. My bottom 3 were Quiet Place, Bloodlines, and Museum.
My bottom 3 are Triplets, Quiet Place, Museum.
Yeah, Quiet Place was a miss for me in Florida.
Sorry, after I just said we're not comparing to
Right.
Hollywood's was better.
Yeah, it was better. What was your biggest kind of like bummer, I would say?
Museum.
Yeah, Museum was a big bummer for me. Slaughter Cinema was a big
Yeah.
bummer for me.
Here's my issue with Slaughter, if we're going to start there. The first one, I don't know if I liked the fake movie properties better, or like I said to you when we were there were like 2 rooms of each property as opposed to just 1.
Right,
So it seemed like things were coming at you too hard, too fast,
right.
and you couldn't, like in Slaughter 2, it seemed rushed.
Right. This was the house where every room was themed to a
Different B movie. Yeah.
a Hollywood B movie, like a fake
Yeah.
fictional Hollywood B movie. And so there would be like a Western and then or like a Christmas movie or something like that.
And
so
then like punk rock.
yeah,
3,
there was
whatever.
really not a whole lot of time dedicated to each.
And that was
movie.
very different from the first one because each theme had like 2 rooms.
Yeah.
So you could like take in the scene a bit better.
Totally.
This one was way faster.
Yeah.
I will say, I loved the fact that at the end of this one, they had the Pumpkin Guts guy doing the most random trigger that I've ever experienced at Horror Nights ever from Slaughter Cinema 1, where he goes, Daddy! Like, it's so weird.
So weird.
But I wish, to that effect, I wish they would have done like a triple scare at the end that was like the Pumpkin Guts guy, like one of Shitty's kids, one of the Swamp Yetis, like all from the
Yeah.
first one, like boom, 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 like to
Yeah.
send you out. Like that would have been cool.
Yeah,
I didn't dislike it, but I wanted it to be better.
I wanted it to be more. Everybody was telling me how great the first one was, and I
it
felt
was
like
much
this one
better.
was just a miss.
If the first one was a 10 out of 10, this was a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my biggest surprise of the whole time was Goblins.
Yeah.
To me, Goblins was like such a runaway favorite of mine. Anyway, but the whole thing was fun. Scare zones, I thought we could quickly touch on them. Scare zones, I thought were not like that great. I like Torture Fair was my favorite.
Torture Fair I liked, and I liked Demon Queens more than you did, I think.
Yeah,
but
Demon Queens is okay.
also, wait, this is what we need to discuss. There was not 5 scare zones. There was 4 scare zones this year.
yeah. The
Duality
duality
of
of fear
Fear,
was just nothing.
Not a fucking scare zone.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's how I feel about Chainsaw Punks.
Yeah.
Like in
They
Hollywood.
took the Hollywood aspect
Yeah.
of,
So Blumhouse sucked.
yeah, I wanted more from that. My argument for like wanting it to be good in our hype episode, like comparing it to like Crypt TV a few years ago,
Yeah.
that wasn't what happened.
Yeah.
Like Crypt TV had little like stage shows that would play out. They did not do that
Right.
with Blumhouse. Blumhouse was a phone-in.
Totally.
It wasn't great. Overall, the event was very enjoyable.
Overall, a fucking blast.
If I could go tomorrow, I would.
I know. I wish we could. We still have friends there, and it's
Yeah,
like
our
I
friends
have
are still
FOMO.
there a
I
week
know.
out, yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks later.
Our friends are literally texting me now, telling me about what houses they did.
All right. Well, I think that's where we'll leave you. We finished these drinks long ago.
This is where we leave you.
Horror Nights is a fucking blast, and it's not over.
The worst Horror Nights is still the best Horror Nights. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah. And then we got more Horror Night stuff. Now we have not Scary Farm stuff.
Pack your
What are we
diapers,
gonna-
my
yeah,
buddy.
What are we gonna think? We're gonna go get some tacos and stuff.
Yeah.
like we always do. But look, have you been to Horror Nights? Do you disagree with what we're saying? Do you agree with what we're saying?
What are your opinions?
Yeah, what are your opinions?
Yeah.
Hit us up on our Instagram. It's at My Time the Podcast.
Or email us at mytimethepodcast@gmail.
Or if you have any questions about Tiki or theme parks or Horror Nights or anything in between, you can call us at 559-WE-DRUNK, which is 559-933-7865, and leave a message. And please, if you're enjoying the show, take a minute to rate and review the podcast on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. So for
Grave.
and for Gory, that's it. All right.
Bye.
Mahalo. Bye.
Mahalo.
Insidious House.
I don't feel good about this. We're almost in Insidious.
Yeah, this one's judging on the fact that most of the houses have been way scarier here.
People are coming out of this out of breath.
Yeah, the scares are more intense here than they are in Hollywood. I would venture to say that this one is going to be way worse and scarier than Hollywood.
I'm gonna be fine. We're
You'll
gonna
be fine. You'll be fine.
We're gonna be fine.
You'll be fine. At the end of the day, it's 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
Is that what
an
you said?
eternity.
I know, but it's 7 minutes. You can do anything for 7 minutes.
Do you want to go in the middle and I'll hold
And
on
it
to
will be
it?
over.
Okay.
And it will be over, and it'll be fine. You're paying for this. This is something you paid
This is
for.
fun.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be fun.
This is something you paid for.
I'm scared.
I just want to hear one fuck you.
I'm sure it'll happen. I can't control it.
Oh, it's coming. Here we go.
Bye, guys. I'm fine.
Thank you. Oh,
Red door.
I
Love
don't
it.
like this.
Okay.
Come outside. Let my voice be your guide.
I wish it was The Shining. I wish it was The Shining.
Into the further you go.
Oh, I'm really nervous, actually.
Now go outside. Let
That's
my
a big
voice
red
be your
door.
guide.
It's a big red door. It's a giant red
The
door.
steps rise.
Going through the red door into the further.
you go.
Going into the house.
He's got no baby.
Oh,
Oh, I don't feel good.
good soundscape.
No,
Oh.
no.
Whoa!
I already am scared. No. Ah!
Oh,
I don't like that.
wow, he's coming out again?
No,
Oh, God.
no. Oh, no. No.
Oh.
Oh, no. No, I don't like this. I don't like this. No.
Oh. Oh. Oh, this is.
Hi.
Yeah.
She's stalking me. Oh, jeez Louise.
Oh, my.
Oh!
She sees you.
Oh, fuck this. Fuck this. No. Jen's gonna die. Grab her. Ah!
She sees you.
Oh God.
So sorry. Drop window, drop window. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No!
Oh!
Ah! Holy shit! No, 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 no. Fuck that. Oh, it's spilling. Oh, no. No, 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 no.
No, 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 no,
Why
no.
are there 2 rooms like this? Absolutely not. No, 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 no.
Oh, I don't like that.
Oh. The air gets you. It scares you.
Dacker.
No, 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 no. No!
Oh, no!
Holy shit! No!
Triple scare. Oh!
Fuck you, Tiny Tim! No! 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 Ah! This is so fucking scary. I'm not okay.
Damn it, man.
All right.
Look at me. I got goosebumps. That was scary as shit.
That was pretty scary. There were specific moments in that just made me like more uncomfortable.
More
just
uncomfortable,
like,
yeah.
It was like more uncomfortable than anything else.
It didn't
Not so
stink,
much
though.
scary.
No stinky.
No.
But why were there 2 rooms full of mannequins? That seems mean.
No, because those come back a lot. And that was really great.
The scene, it was way better than Hollywood.
It was way better than Hollywood. It was true to the movie.
Yeah. I
felt,
still have full goosebumps. That
Yeah.
legit scared me. It was a fantastic. I yelled fuck you at him.
pretty rad.
I yelled fuck you, Tiny Tim, at one point, I think.
Love it.
Oh, the lady in black is very scary.
Yeah, Corey, you were at one point running through, and there were the lipstick demon like 3 times was just like popping out at you.
I know.
I was like, I
got,
don't
like, a
even think
triple
that you're
scare.
seeing it.
No, because I just like
You
I
put your
panic
blinders
ran. Yeah,
on
I
and you
panic
ran
ran.
through.
Also, the lady in front of me was very nice and funny.
Yeah,
That was 10 out of 10 scary.
yeah, very, very scary.
I feel uneasy.
Are you gonna do it again, or is that a one and
I'll
done?
do it again. We made it. We're okay though.
I felt like it was so immersive and played with so many different like
Emotions?
emotions.
I did not. Yeah, it was very unsettling. That's the best way to say it. I didn't like when you walked into that room with the man who can't breathe and he was like messing with that other person. That made me very uncomfortable. No, that too. All right, let's take these off. I like still feel like jittery. It scared me that bad.
Is that the scariest?
That's the scariest horn I've ever been through.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.